Okay, hello everyone. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast as well as my Facebook Live Spiritual Sense. Today is February the 8th, which is a Wednesday. And so, in this Facebook Live as well as this podcast, I do a love and tarot card reading. Well, I did a love reading the other day, so I'm just going to do a tarot card reading for today. I'm going to do a 10 card Celtic Cross tarot card reading for today. And I'd like to start off by saying that this podcast as well as this Facebook Live is for entertainment purposes. That means I don't go snooping and prying into anyone's personal affairs and then presenting it on this podcast. I may just so happen, so if it just so happened to coincide with what you are dealing with, it may be by chance or even by happenstance, okay? So I'm working with my Mrs. Cleo's Power Deck card, Tarot Power Deck card. All right, so we're going to lay the cards 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and card 1. Okay, so before I proceed, I want to say, Father, Supreme Being of all being, thank you for waking me up this morning to see another day. Continue to bless me, shield me from any injury, harm, or danger. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, as it is said. It is so. I declare and I decree. So, I'd like to pay homage to Bast, Yemaya, Shango, Osiris, Ma'at, and Ogun. These are riches that you can call upon in times of trouble. Now, I managed to order me. It mentions witchcraft, but it's really Wiccan related. It's not necessarily witchcraft, but it's a box full of herbs and things of the sort. It has some like petition type paper where you can write out a petition or a spell, or whatever the case may be, or a prayer. And it came with a for what I got for it was a pretty good buy because I got a lot of herbs with it. And so I'm right now I'm burning some cedar wood with a little bit of rosemary and yarrow. I was prompted to do yarrow today. But like I said, when I begin to use these herbs, particularly burning these herbs, it does enhance my understanding on a lot of things. Spiritual understanding. So this is my Palo Santo cedar wood, as you can see that. And you just use this to smudge. Because you will kind of get an understanding when you are under attack, as I mentioned before. And I know this right here is the Facebook Live, and I really don't go into depth in regards to topics and things of that sort. But when you are under a spiritual attack, it will be you will see it. Words just can't explain it. It will permeate in your space, in your being, and you will know when you or someone that you are in the company with are under a spiritual attack. You feel like life has been drained out of you. Like words cannot even explain it. Like to the point where you feel as though you cannot even get out of the bed. And you don't necessarily feel physically sick, but it's more or less emotional. Like it's very taxing and draining. Okay? So this is why we want to, get up and get into some type of routine, ritual, and things of the sort. And these things will help elevate your mood and remove a lot of that negative, stale energy away. So I need to open up the window in here because, a lot of that will release stale energy. So we're going to proceed with the tarot card reading for today. And this is what I have for card 1. I pulled this the other day, but hi. I think this reading is in reference to someone who is needing to clean clutter, as with a living testament myself, clean up clutter and get all the energy, negative energy out of your space. Get all that energy up and out. I promise you these things work. It's not, you may refer to it as mind over matter, but it's not. It's not. And God will give you inclination when you do these simple little things work. It works. And you will begin to see that, yeah, it is a ploy for you to get up, move around, and clean, but you will see the spiritual understanding behind it. Like things that you really hadn't gave much emphasis to will begin to become, oh, I never thought about it like that. You will begin to correlate one thing to the next. This is what I have as the deal breaker. You want to get everything out. Everything negative out. You want to move all that negative energy out. Because I think when you allow the enemy, or when you allow negative emotions and feelings weigh you down, it will begin to break your spirit. And what do I mean when I say break your spirit? It begin to make you not want to go on, not want to live on, not want to do much, not want to proceed. You just get to a state of despair and discouragement, to where you say, I don't really care. I don't care anymore. I don't want to go forward. That's because you need to do some revamping and some restructuring and bringing in some positive flow within your space. One thing you can do this by way of is feng shui. And as I mentioned, feng shui is a harmonious placement of things, objects within the home. But then you'll begin to see it on a bigger scale and see how feng shui would tattle onto things on a more higher scale as well. You know, why did they place this here versus that there? And you will begin to see that God speaks to us in parables and symbols and shapes and numbers and letters and things of that sort. Apart from you just sitting back reading, you will begin to see why does the P is made in such a way, and why did that was made in such a way, and why that was made in such a way. And then you'll begin to see this right here was being done under the guidance of God, a spirit. Like, even though this, planning or we as human beings have been around, some tens of thousands of years, hundreds of thousands, science has said, you really can't think this up, is the point. You will know when they can't think it up, even though the existence has been in existence for as long as it has. So again, I do feel like it's some negative stale energy within your environment that you need to get up and burn you some herbs. I got yarrow. I'm also using this cedar wood as well. But I think you need to go around and you need to sage. And that's the God's Son is true. When you do that, it's going to present itself out. It's going to present itself. And you'll be very surprised as to how life truly works. How life truly works, the things that you was being told. are not necessarily the truth. And once the truth has been revealed to you, you'll begin to see it. Okay? So this is what I have above the situation. Again, I feel as though there's a negative force that's in your space. Stale energy is what I'm getting at. Stale energy. Oftentimes, if we don't clear up our space, if we don't clear up our space, if we don't bring in the light, bring in life, breathe life and cleanliness within our space, it will bring about a lot of demonic thoughts, feelings, emotions. Arguments may ensue, things such as, strife. It will bring a lot of that within the home. Just something simple as rearranging, cleaning, bringing in new fragrances and things of the sort. It will bring in life, because life is vibrancy. It's positivity. It's motivation. It's cleanliness. And you will begin to see that. This is the reason I have Wheel of Fortune. You see what this is right here. Now, oftentimes, even though that's the Wheel of Fortune card, as I mentioned before, a lot of times, I might not necessarily go off of that. You see this right here that's on the back. Like I was, like you ever heard the term the devil riding your back? What that look like a little goat or something riding your back? So you will always feel like the world is on your shoulders. You will always feel a heaviness and a stiffness. And if you begin to believe it, it will fall soon into your physical, and you'll begin to see things such as heart disease, stroke, cancer, a lot of things that in reference to pressure. That means being weighed down with negativity. It will weigh on you, and if you allow it to, then it will manifest in your being, and you will have something such as a heart attack, God forbid, or even a stroke. Do these things. Oddly enough, it may seem as though it's frivolous, it may seem as though it's foolish, but it's very important. To the left, I have Tower. Something lets me know that it's a cycle with you. The up and the down, the up and the down, the up and the down. I feel as though it cycles. The same with me. You're not the only one that feels this way. I think most people in life will have that cycling of negative energy. I mean, that's the way the world works. I mean, even being positive as I would like to be, I am not what word I'm trying to use. I am not just put it this way. I'm not free from negativity. Even the most positive person will have his day or her day. So don't think, that's why they always refer to it as a battle or a fight or whatever the case may be. This is what I have to the left. I refer this card here as a sacrifice card. Sacrifice card. That means you're going to have to put forth some things to these Orishas, is what I mentioned. You may not necessarily refer to it as Orisha. You may just sit out time for God. What I do in terms of, the herb and burning the cedar wood, burning, or even paying homage to the Orishas by giving offerings and things of the sort. Okay, you may want to donate your time in some type of ministry, whether it be volunteer work or counseling or going out and being of service within the community, knocking on doors, mowing lawns, or whatever the case may be. So that's what a part of being of a sacrifice is in that instance. You may be somebody that may want to, volunteer at the hospital, nursing homes, or whatever the case may be. Be of service. These things will help build the spirit. It will help build the spirit. This is what I have as the attitude. We have Chariot. I think you have, as I mentioned, cycling. I think you have a cycling of good versus bad, which we all will. You know, it seems as though every time something good is going on, then we got something bad going on. Or something bad may come to the forefront. So what do you do in situations such as that? Well, we can't, although we may think that we know it all, and we try to be as best prepared as much as possible, we cannot know all of the things that may transpire in this life experience. But what we can do is be best prepared for it. Be best prepared for it. Preparation. That's why you want to get up and do some rituals, so you would know at its due time what things you should do, what things to come to pass, what things you should do to best prepare you for it. This is what I have as card 8. Card 8 is physical surrounding Queen of Cups. Something lets me know I'm speaking to an older female, and something lets me know that you are already into spiritualism or some type of mysticism, and because you have opened up this path of curiosity, that's why you have a lot of cycling that happens. And this is why I had to convey this to you, or what have you, because you are curious. And oftentimes when you are curious about something, you're going to have interruptions. You're going to have disruptions, because you have allowed those energies to come in. So because you have that interest in the paranormal and things of that sort, you're going to be able to tell people about what is going on. And I think you also begin to doubt, because you begin to scratch your head and wonder, well, maybe this is occurring because I have entertained it. That means paid attention to it. Or is it truly me? And I'm going to let you know it's not you. Like, it is there. It's there. You got all these different things in life, this life experience that are there. It's based on where you gravitate to. Just like when you, hear about the tree of life, where Eve go to the tree of knowledge, and she was foretold not to go there, but of course she went and ate of the tree. They was given the option to eat of all the trees, but of course they want to go to that. Of course, the curiosity is you're going to always be tempted by the unknown. That's normal. Things going to always look greener on the other side. There's always going to be some temptation presented to you. So that being said, it's not necessarily, I do feel as though it is you, but I don't feel as though it is you, if you can get what I'm saying. Because the temptation is there. And because you have paid attention to it, that's what you're going to see. But it's on a bigger scale, like it was already planted there prior to you even getting there. So it's all based on what you would accept. That does not mean that what you are paying attention to or what you take note of does not exist. Some people just choose to not to see it. And because of that, God will shield them and cover them from doing so. It's not that it doesn't exist. It does. It very much does. This is what I have as hopes, fears, and dreams. Nine of Staff. I think a lot of people are afraid. Like they live, you know, they're afraid. Like they are afraid of that sensibility. I don't want to open up that curiosity. Kind of like a Pandora's box. You ever heard of the term Jack in the Box or Pandora's box? Like when Pandora began to get into seeing what's in the box, boom, everything transpired. Like whatever you pay attention to or whatever you give your interest towards, it will begin to perform. It works the same way in terms of spirituality. And God will show you, you know, and I also like to state that this is not a biblical nor religious podcast, although I may bring up biblical texts from time to time. I'm not a pastor, preacher. I consider myself to be a spiritualist. Okay? But because you begin to partake in that reality, they're going to perform as such. And when you begin to tell people, people will sit and look at you like, yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. This is the outcome, 6 of Coins. God will show them to the ones who don't believe, or to the ones who think that you're making it up and you just want attention and all that. And He will show you. A lot of times when people want attention is because they need attention. And there may be something going on with them biologically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. Something is going on. And God will put the Spirit in them to alert certain individuals who have been, groomed to see it as such. Plain and simple. You will begin to see what it is and what presents to you. Just sit back and give it time. Once God has adorned you with the ability to see on a higher scale, that's exactly what that is. So I think this reading is for individuals out there. I mentioned that I felt like I was speaking to someone who was already older, maybe 50s or even 60s. And things that, just to reiterate, some things that you may have forgotten about in your craft, because it's something lets me know that you are under a spiritual attack, as we all are, that are in this who are in this fight of the mysticism and the curiosity. You will oftentimes find that. You will oftentimes find that we are in a fight. You know. Don't let it get you down. We all we deal with something. That's life. Don't let it get you down. I'm trying to see what I'm going to speak about. Excuse me. In terms of a topic for today, what I am going to speak about in regards to a topic for today, and I'm trying to see on my spiritual sense. I'm on my podcast right now, but I'm seeing my YouTube channel. For those who may be viewing in or will be listening in, I have the YouTube channel that I record as well, and I do topics. I was doing my tarot and topics on my YouTube, but I decided to just do the tarot card on Facebook Live, and on my YouTube channel I do my topics. And I think I'm going to speak on such as that, witchcraft. I think that's what I'm going to speak on today. That's going to be my topic, witchcraft. Okay, so I'm going to pull out you'll begin to see people put more negative emotions. That's why they say stay positive. People put more negativity into things than what it really is. You're gonna find that out as well. Like it's something very simple. Okay, so this is card 1 on my Moonology cards. This mentions your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. So we are in the first quarter of the year. You're being tested. So if you profess to be a mystic or mysticism or a woman of God, man of God, or whatever the case may be, you got the powers that may be wants to truly know if you know what you're talking about. And they will begin to study and watch you and monitor you and things of that nature. You have to be very, very mindful and careful such as that. Because you got the naysayers out there, and if you say A, B, C, and you may mess up and say 4, they'll try to send you to hell for it. You know, I mentioned that before. Okay, so what do you need to release, One and Moon? It's something that is that you're doing, or something that is in your space that you need to get out of there. I don't know if it's some type of statue or deity statue, figurine, or whatever. It's something in your space you need to get out. But it lets me know you need to move it away, move it out. Like I got some figurines, some little kind of statues, but they're more or less decorative. But it's all, to be honest with you, one and the same. To tell you the truth, I do aspire to get some of the little the figurines that they have for the Orishas and stuff. They can be very expensive, very expensive. But it's something you got in your space that is bringing about a lot of that negative energy. Is what it just lets me know. As I pull this card out, that's what it lets me know. Communication is key. I do feel as though New Moon and Gemini, I do feel as though there's a message. It's a spirit that's around you that is trying to communicate something to you, is what it lets me know. And when I say spirit, I mean somebody that has transitioned over. It's something they want to let you know, is what it lets me know. A lot of these things do happen, believe it or not. Something lets me know it's something in regards to your pressure. I don't know if you have health-related problems. Knock on wood. Something is going on with your pressure. You may want to get your pressure checked. I believe I'm talking to a woman that's about 55, 60 years old. You're a mystic. You are into this type of work. Something in regards to your pressure. Okay. Something in regards to your pressure. So it lets me know something's going on with your pressure. A lot of times when you start taking on odd behaviors and personality changes, that's God's way of enlightening those around you when something is off. Like something is off. Something is a little off. I'm going to pull out 2 Egyptian tarot cards. But at the close of this podcast, I am going to record on my topic for the day. Okay, I got the 4 of chalices. And then I have the 3 of wands. The 4 of chalices and the 3 of wands. So what does that says? That says that at your age you need to go have some testing done. Is what it lets me know. there's some testing that you need to be going to have done right now. You possibly just go ahead and get you a physical, and so the doctor or whomever will be able to guide you from there. Okay, so I'm going to conclude this episode of Spiritual Sense Facebook Live. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you are more than welcome to comment below. Till then, have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.